Hey, it's Beanie. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become part of the Hottie Squad. Make sure to hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss an upload. Anyway, enjoy the video! Hello everyone, Beanie here, and welcome back to the 5th day of my 12 Days of Skin Mist series. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a reindeer onesie on your Minecraft skin. This is actually going to be a lot more simple than it seems, even though it is like a whole full body thing. It is going to be pretty easy, and I'm going to make it as easy for you as I possibly can. So what I'm going to do is first I want to pick a nice like super dark brown color for the hooves. So I'm going to go over into the red and orange territory right here, pretty dark orange, and then just bring this over here and find some like super dark brown color. We want a dark brown color that's very close to black so that our hooves will look like actual hooves. And we want to make sure that we turn on the mirror, that the mirror is on across limbs right here. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is we want to count up 2 pixels on the inside pixel of each of the arms like that, and then 2 pixels where this connects on the legs like that. And for now we're just going to turn on one arm so that we can focus better on this. Then we're going to fill in this side over here with the darker color like this, and bring this over down here just to fill it all up and make it look like a hoof. And actually we're gonna do a little box like that on the inside, so it should look like that. It should look like there's just a C right there on your arm of white or blank color or whatever's on your skin already. And yeah, so now we're going to take the color over here and we're gonna lighten it by 5 and move it a little tiny bit more into the orange area. Then we're going to fill in the rest of the area that the hoof is going to be on with this color, like this. And while we have done this, I'm just going to do the exact same thing that we did on the arms, onto the legs down here with the little, making the white C shape on the bottom and filling this completely in like that. And coming over here, filling in this part of the hoof for the other foot, coming over here and filling it in, and we have the hoofs done, completely done, hooray. Alright, now since reindeers they're typically a little darker than normal deer, we want to pick kind of a darker brown color, not necessarily tan like you might use for a normal deer onesie. We're going to pick a darker color. I already have one down here that's actually pretty perfect. I'm just going to turn down the saturation a tiny bit. And yeah, this color is going to be really, really nice. Actually, I think I'm going to lighten it a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit so it doesn't blend in with the hooves that much. And then with this, I am going to draw a line going down like that on the arm and a line going down like that on the legs. And I'm going to connect this line on all of the sides going around. And the arms and legs on this are going to be pretty identical for the most part, and very similar. So then I'm just going to take the magic wand brush and fill in the empty spaces if you are doing this on a blank canvas. Now I'm going to lighten this color by 5, just do the same lightening thing that we've been doing, like this, and move it a tiny bit more towards orange. And with this, I am just going to add some definition in different places, just going to spice it up a tiny bit, make it look like there's some more shading in different spots, and yeah, just make it look not as completely flat as it was before. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this leg. I actually want to make it look very similar to the other side, so they're pretty much, I would think, identical on the front and back. Or at least they should be. Alright, and then we're going to just overlap that like that. get rid of any mistakes we have. And yeah, and it's important that if you think you want to do it like your own way, feel free to completely do that. I strongly urge you to come up with your own stuff and make your own style, and just use my tutorials as kind of like a starting point for your skin journey, I guess. Like, you can start by using my tutorials, but I think in the future you should definitely try to go and do your own thing and find your own style and stuff. So now we're going to lighten the color one more time by doing the exact same thing, lightening it by 5 and then bringing it a little more closer to like the yellow area. And we're going to take our magic wand brush once again and fill in all this area right over here and all around here like that. Alright, and now we're going to go back to the pixel brush and lighten it for the last time. And bring that up a little bit, and we're going to add the highlights on the arms. So people usually like to do a lot of highlight like right there, and I think that's pretty good. I'll do some down there too usually, and yeah, I'm just gonna do that on both things like that so that it's just a little less flat and it's a little just bit highlight on the stuff. Okay, we have the arms and legs completely finished right now, so we are going to work on the body part right now. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we definitely want to make sure that all of this is completely brown, but we want to add like a little bit of shading just so that it, you know, stands out a tiny bit more than it normally would. So I've added just a tiny bit of brown on here in this pattern like this, and yeah, I'm going to fill in the parts that needs to be filled in and just copy it on over through the sides like I did on the arms and everything, just so that it's all cohesive going together and that it all fits seamlessly. And yeah, so I've done this at the top, so just leaving a little bit of room for the neck, and I'm just continuing to fill everything in here right now. And we're going to mimic a very similar design that we did on the front, on the back, just like this, and there we go. And so we want to turn back on one of the arms and use our color picker tool to pick the darker color that we used, and then we're just going to come on in over here doing some shading. This is the part where we kind of want to do a little bit of random shading with whatever you think would look the best on your reindeer, and it's all totally completely up to you. You just want to fill in the different spots, how you want to fill them in, do it all yourself, do it like your own style, add your own twist on it. You can, of course, always pause the video if you want to do exactly what I'm doing here, and you can just, yeah, you can just do the same thing. So here we go. That actually doesn't look that great for me, so I'm just gonna be erasing some of it, which you of course can always do. And yeah, alright, so I've added a little bit more shading. I'm going to pick our normal base color right here, and I'm going to fill that in the spaces that need it. And then I'm going to pick our highlight color and do the highlights on here. So like a little bit of highlight on the chest in some places, maybe on the stomach, maybe on their back, like that. And there we go. We basically have the basis, like the basic brown stuff completely done right here. So now what we want to do is we want to make it look like a deer. So it just looks like a brown suit right now, but we want to make it look like a deer. So we're going to turn off everything except for the torso, and we are going to add the little like white patch on the deer, like the white stomach kinda. So I have my white colors over here just saved on a palette. They're just like lightness 95, 90, and 85, and they're just a little bit in the blue range with a tiny bit of saturation. You can of course copy all these color codes right here if you want them, but yeah, I'm just gonna be using them. I'm gonna take the whitest white color and fill in this area right here, then darken the color by 5, do the same darkening thing that we have been doing, and continue to fill the stuff in. And then I'm going to darken the color once more and keep filling it in over here. And I don't think I need to darken it again. But if I did need to, I definitely could. Alright, so here is the white thing on here. I just basically went over the colors with the white. You can do it your own. You can just do it completely white here if you want. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you think looks the best. You can, of course, copy my pattern by pausing the video right now. Do whatever you want. Okay, so now we're going to work on the deer tail. So what we're going to do here is we're going to turn on the overlay for the thing. And we are going to... Wait, actually, no, we're not going to turn on the overlay yet. Don't worry. Okay, so I'm just going to take the whitest white color, and I'm going to mark out a nice little deer tail here, like that. That looks like a nice cute little deer tail, and I'm going to take our darkest brown that we used and just kind of outline around it a tiny bit like that. Now it's just outlined around, and I'm going to take the middle color that appears most on the brown, turn on the overlay, and put that color over where I put these really dark spots over here. Just like that. I'm just gonna put it like that so that it's just like our deer tail is outlined like so. And I'm going to shade the deer tail now with some of the whites that I've been using. Just like that. And so it's shaded, it's nice, it's white, it's looking very crisp and clean. And I'm just gonna shade the brown on here a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there. See it better? This is what the overlay looks like on the back. This is what the whole thing looks like together. This is what it looks like without the overlay, so you can pause the video if you need to. And now we are going to take a look at everything we have so far on here. So far, we have the main body done. We don't have any of the arm or leg overlays done yet, and we don't have the little hood part and the antlers done yet. So I am just going to take this color over here, the main color, and I'm going to give our arms some overlays just by making sure only the arm part on the overlay is selected. And I'm just going to draw 2 pixels up, 2 pixels in, and then completely cover this area and do the same thing, and then 1 pixel up from that, 1 pixel in, and do that. And I'm going to overlay the colors that we used over here. So like, for example, there's a darker color that I covered up there. I'm just going to bring that back out on here, and the light, oh, that's not what I meant to do. The lighter color that is here that is being covered up, I am also going to go over. So this is what the overlays look like on the arms. I do this a lot on my stuff. It's just like this little overlay, little bunchiness to the stuff. And so this is what the whole thing should look like so far. I'm going to do the leg overlays now, which is a very much simplified version of what we just did. I'm only going to do 1 little dot right there and making it go back, and that's what all the overlay looks like together. And yeah, so now we can get to the hat part, the hood and stuff. So we want to make sure that we have everything deselected except for the head. And so you can see up here, this is the front. We want to go to the back, which it'll say back over here. And we want to pick our darkest color of brown, like that, and mark up 1, 2, 3 pixels like that on each side, and 3 pixels out, just so like it could make a little square on the side, which we will not be doing, but it could, you know? So we have that. That's going to be like the basic outline for our hood. We want to take the second darkest color now and fill in like the majority part of this that is going to have quite the most shading on here, like this. I'm filling in all this down here, just doing some nice shading on here. And yeah, so that's that so far. I'm going to take the next color, which is the main, not the main one, oh my god, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Okay, I'm gonna take the main one, the main color, and fill in this area here, and then take the highlight color and fill in areas for highlights like that. And there we go. We have the hood part completely finished. We're going to turn on the overlay for the hat, and I am going to do the antlers. And you can use my antler tutorial. I'm just going to be making these antlers off the top of my head just by picking a tan color, like a kind of tannish brown color, and making a shape like this. Alright, I'm pretty sure that might be the exact same shape I did in the tutorial, but I don't remember. So, and I'm just going to be doing this on both sides. You can skip this part if you've already done my reindeer antler tutorial, then you already have this part done. So, lightening this color just a tiny bit. And, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, just lightening the color the tiniest bit and adding some highlights to these antlers over here. Alright, so there we go. We got the antlers all done, and then we can just add ourselves a nice cute red nose and go like that. And we have our completed thing completely done. If you need to go back, I suggest going back now. I'm just going to show you what it looks like from all sides with all of the overlay layers and everything completely on it, completely finished. And yeah, this is what it looks like, completely done. Now I'm going to show you an optional thing you can do, which I think a lot of people will do. I'm going to go over to white over here, turn down the opacity quite a bit, and then I'm going to add some white spots on the deer. Just because like deer have these spots on them sometimes, and it can look really cute if you add just like some random dots everywhere, like that. Just on like the back and stuff. We're not going to be doing it on the head, but just like, you know, some on the back and going onto the shoulders like that. And this is it. This is the completely done thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye!